Hi, wrestling fans. Thanks for clicking the Dreaded D-Rose report. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Regarding Daniel Bryan, for real, concussion suffered on last week's Raw. The feeling is that it's pretty serious too. As noted, he was kept off the weekend's live events and was home resting. Now he'll probably be on tonight's Raw, but I'm pretty sure he won't be wrestling. He'll just be on there to complain. Anyway, Bryan managed to get himself through the match last week without missing any spots, though. That's good. And however, at the end of the show, if you noticed, he was at the top of the cage chanting the yes chants. Well, right before the show ended, Bryan suddenly just stopped and sat there. And he was looking down like he was kind of unsure. And the WWE stagehand laid on the ground, looked up at him, and started gesturing him for him to keep chanting. Bryan just kind of looked at the guy, seemingly completely confused, and Bryan later told WWE officials that he just barely remembered anything that happened in that cage. Word going around this weekend that Bryan's planned Royal Rumble match against Bray Wyatt is off. So we'll see how it plays out tonight. And backstage, Bryan's big moment was the hot topic, and sources said the whole stage was in awe, and Vince McMahon loves Bryan. Former WWE superstar Scotty 2 Hotty, he was at last night's NXT taping down at Daytona, Florida, Daytona Beach. He was there with Billy Gunn, Tensai, and Emma. Noted earlier, too, this weekend that very little of the content on WWE Network will be the old territory footage, just to let you know. While WWE will add new content weekly, they will also be removing the content from time to time, so that you just won't ever have at one point all this big gob of wrestling from all over the United States. Teasing is what's called. Put a little on there, take a little off, back forth. You're going to wait and wonder when that territory around here is going to come into play. Anyway, it's been said that there will be a 5 to 10 hours per week of material that's going to be put up and taken down that doesn't fit into the parameters of every DVD release and all the pay-per-views. There will be very little content from the defunct 1980s promotion. There will be some 80s content, but the concentration was going to be really on the 90s and the 2000s, and WWE, ECW, and WCW. Former star old Sheldon Benjamin, he's been taking some time off from the ring to repair an injury and won't be at the Royal Rumble match, he said. Basically, he says he's got a pinched ulnar nerve in his right elbow and caused a lot of sensation, motor functions, and muscle atrophy, and just eventually could lose use of his hand. He's got to get that fixed. So before things get bad, I got to take a quick pause. He says, after about 12 years of no major injuries in pro wrestling, I consider this be kind of minor. All right. In the latest issue of WWE Magazine, the Bella Twins said they will be pushing WWE to introduce Diva Tag Team titles for years. So he said, we're all so talented and creative, and it'd be great to show that that in a new way, I guess. All right. I guess they don't like the old ones, huh? Drew McIntyre and NXT trainer Bobby Brookside apparently hacked Sheamus's Twitter account last night and cleared all the tweets out. They also changed his name to Loke and changed his profile picture to a solid orange block. Drew tweeted, says, lots of tweets about WWE Sheamus being hacked. He says, it was myself and Bobby Brookside. Expect some delightful tweets as we were told to hold his account hostage. Tommy Dreamer is back working with TNA, believe it or not, as an agent. And Dreamer has filled the position was opened by Jeff Jarrett as he left the company. Now, he's still minority stockholder there. Or owner. I don't think they got stock. Before noting about Friday's TNA live event in Mobile, Alabama, it had a very low attendance. There is a figure of about 287 fans going around, but another fan said he counted just under 150. It's terrible. Regarding a photo going around, a fan who sent it noted that the photo was taken during the third match of the night. TNA's held live events on Saturday in Dothan, Alabama, and a fan in attendance there said there were probably about 350 people in attendance. I don't know why even independent people all around the United States draw more than that. I don't know whether their advertising is a problem or what. Former WWE star Jimmy Wang Yang attended last night's WWE Live in Cincinnati. He's backstage with Justin Roberts, says Wang at live event. That's all it said. While Bray Wyatt worked on last night's WWE Live event up in Hammond against Big Show, Eric Rowan and Harper, they were at the live event in Cincinnati. They ended up defeating Kane in a handicap match, and the show was advertised for a Cincinnati show, but it was announced that he wasn't there due to travel problems, which could be. And as noted, the show lost to Bray Wyatt at Falls Count Anywhere match in Hammond. Kane recently appeared on the Kid Chris show. Don't know what that is in Chicago or in Cincinnati. And the guys mentioned Kane's former gimmick of Isaac Yankem, and I guess this was on the phone, and as soon as they mentioned that, Kane hung up. And as seen on Thursday's Impact episode, TNA began a new mystery investor, and some people believe backstage it's a way to mock Jeff Jarrett for leaving the company. Jarrett, like I said, still a minority owner so far, unless he got bought out somewhere. Speaking of an investor storyline, TNA has decided not to have Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards wrestle on this week or next week's show, so they could be kind of included in that storyline. As of now, they will be called the Wolves, and they're still using their individual names. Dave Lagana pushed TNA big time for this sign this duo. All right, as noted on last night's, noted on last night anyway. Stephanie McMahon thanked Eve Torres for teaching her at the seminar they attended over the weekend, and referred to a Matt Hardy chokehold. Well, story was going around in 2011 that there was, while they were in WWE in the UK about a year or so before that, some of the talent were drinking, and Matt Hardy made a pass at Eve, and it results in her choking Hardy out. I think I remember something about that too. Anyway, Batista continues to make babyface comments on his Facebook and Twitter. Isn't that nice? He thanks fans for his birthday wishes this weekend, and said that his WWE return is all for you. Reader Daryl, I guess, passed along a photo of Batista at the airport that's online on Sunday, I guess, heading to the show tonight. All right, tonight, focusing on this, on Raw. Will Brock Lesnar break his own rule and fight for free? Will Batista go after Del Rio? Is the gruesome Daniel Bryan and Bray Wyatt rivalry coming to a head? And how will John Cena react to Randy Orton attacking his father? And has the big red monster Kane been resurrected? AJ Styles worked the main event at PWX Indie Show in Winston-Salem, North Carolina last night. Mentioned to Dixie Carter in a post-match promo that AJ said his departure is not a part of the storyline, and he doesn't work for Dixie anymore. He wants fans to know that. He works for the fans. All right, this weekend's string of low attendances at TNA's events continued Sunday night, like I say, in Albany, where there was about 200 to 350 fans in attendance. The show reportedly finished under 2 hours. Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer newsletter reports that MVP was scheduled for a TNA a few weeks ago, and he could be a part of the new investor storyline. And if you ask MVP, he says, I don't know nothing about nothing. WWE's website's got a new poll up asking the greatest diva champion of all times, and with over current ones, and with over 34,000 votes cast, AJ Lee is amongst the leading at 33%. And ECW original Tony DeVito turns 42 years old today, and former WWE diva Joy Diavani turns 36. And Batista noted on his Facebook he's thinking about doing a contest for signed photos and or meet and greet at some of the upcoming WWE events that he's scheduled for. We'll see. He's just being the kind guy now. And the man Ryback tweeted a photo of earlier and called his new public relations consultant is actually Ohio State football coach Urban Meyer. Meyer and the family, they were at the WWE live event in Columbus as a guest of Titus O'Neil. Ryback still screwing around with us. Batista arrived in Dayton for for tonight's show, and he tweeted, "Made it to Ohio, feel like I'm counting every second until I hit the ring tomorrow night." He just sounds so immature, don't he? Thanks for clicking, you guys. I gotta go.